Deb, the one thing I really wanted to ask you about that a lot of people might not know is you have a history in the pool industry, and you have a family history in the pool industry. So tell me about that a little bit. Tell me what your history and what got you further into this crazy business that we're doing.
This crazy business that pays my bills and my lights for my children. I was actually born into it. I'm sitting in that seat where you're sitting in with my dad since I was really little. And I was homeschooled, so I had that ability to be able to leave and go during the day to go see my dad. And I enjoyed being with my dad. And there was a summer, I was 15, many, many years ago, that I had to go to work for my dad because he had lost the technician. And of course, when you lose a technician in summer, no matter where you are, you have got to do those pools.
That's right.
So what does he do? Hey, here you go, honey. Here's your pools you have to do with your brother. And I was 15. I couldn't drive, so my mom had to drive us around. And did that for many years until a few years before I got married and moved down to California. My dad's brother here in California had a pool company, and he had gotten sick and passed away. And I took over the business to help out during the process of like funeral expenses and things like that for a few months. Once that was no longer needed, my dad was like, here you go, honey, have the business. So I ran with it.
And that was here? That was
here, yes. Okay. That was here in California.
All right. And when you started, you were where?
Up in Oregon.
Okay. You were in Oregon. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So we came out of California with family here and everything. So, so that was back into beginning of 2003. And over the course of those years.
So now, did you take to this right away? Did you I like this from the beginning? Or were you when you were a 15-year-old kid and it's oh, dad's making me do this? Was it like that? Or was it I'm not liking this, I'm hating this? Or were you hey, this is cool, I am liking it?
I was liking it. I enjoyed it. I liked being outside and being able to have, I guess, my own schedule to some degree. I was a very outside type of a kid. You want me to do chores inside the house? Can't you have me go mow the lawn or pull weeds or, I don't know, clean the chickens?
Okay.
I wanted to be outside. I didn't want to be inside the house. So, which is why I loved it so much.
Well, that's a big requisite for being a pool service technician, for sure.
It is for sure.
In all kinds of weather, by the way. And if you did that in Oregon, I would suspect you were exposed to a lot of different types of weather. Hot, cold, rainy, wet, everything.
Yeah. My saying, when it rains here in California, because pool guys in California be like, oh my gosh, there's stuff coming from the sky. I don't know what this is. I can't work in this.
Yes.
And I'd be like, well, if I had that mentality in Oregon and I'm not going to work when it rains, well, pools would never get cleaned.
Sure.
So yes, the cold, the hot, the wet, we were exposed to all of that there even too. So being in California now doing that, we still had to have to work. So it doesn't bother me as much. It doesn't faze me as much either. So.
Good.